Hey guys, so here's my client's before. She is a level 6 throughout and with gray. So today I'll be using Redken's color with the 3N and 5N with 20 volume for her gray coverage, and the Redken flashlift with bonder inside with 30 volume for the highlights. Here I'm just going through and painting her roots with the 3 and 5N color to cover her gray and to give her a slightly darker base. So when you do this, just make sure that you're taking thin sections, that way you will have great coverage throughout. For her, I'll be doing the foliage technique. So it is a technique that uses foils to get the balayage effect. So technically balayage is just hand painting with open air paint. The foils will help you get that great lift that you want. That way it'll look more noticeable but still natural. So I'm taking the lightener and starting at the midsection of the hair and pulling the product down and then feathering up. That way you get that nice blend, and see with the darker root, that will flow into her natural brown color she has and then down into the highlights. So it's a nice little melt through there. And I'm making sure not to take this lightener up into the root color, that way we will not have any warmth. So you'll see here when I fold the foil up, I'm not even like adding a crease or trying to make that foil really pretty. I'm just locking in the two sides. That way we are not pushing any product off of any hair on the inside of that foil. That way you don't have any patchiness or uneven lift. Okay, here I have it zoomed in for you. That way you can see how I'm applying that lightener. So you want to start at the middle, pull down, and then feather up. You also want to paint horizontally sometimes. That way you can make sure that you're opening that hair up inside to make sure that that lightener gets every part of that hair in that foil. Lock it in place, and then you're on to the next. I'm going to use Redken Shades EQ 8VB and 9N to tone her hair. The 8VB is really good about knocking out any of those unwanted brassy tones, and so I figured I would mix 8VB and 9N just to keep it from going too cool. And I also just let that sit on there for about a minute and a half. I'm just going to do a quick little trim on her and trim her layers. So I'll let you see this and I'll jump in just a minute. I'm using the IGK Styling Primer. I love that stuff. I think it smells amazing and it works great. It's not heavy on anyone's hair. And I'm also using the Redken Guts 10 volume spray. I also feel like this isn't too heavy, but it works great. So I'm using the T3 Curalux hairdryer to blow out her hair, and this hairdryer is awesome. I've had it for almost a year, and it just dries the hair faster. It's lightweight, and it doesn't cause as much frizz as a lot of other hairdryers I've used. So check that out. Here I'm going through and just texturizing her ends with my texture shears. This will soften her layers and just give it a softer look throughout. I've zoomed it in a little bit for you, that way you can see how I'm curling her hair. I want to give her a more relaxed wave, so just clamp the curling iron a little ways away from the head and just twirl it around and then slightly pull down. That way it's not giving you too tight of a curl, but it's still getting enough heat on there to bend the hair. Also, you can go through and like pick out certain layers to curl to help separate them from the rest of the hair. That way you have more movement throughout instead of all the hair forming into one, bigger curl. I'm using the Moroccanoil Hairspray just to set these curls and to knock out a little bit of the frizz. And then I'll also come through and just break up the curls with some Kenra Silkening gloss. That just helps add some good shine to it. So I just love this foliage technique. It is low maintenance for your client, and it just gives them a little bit more dimension and just a more natural look. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below if you have any suggestions. And also, do not forget to subscribe and click that bell for the notifications for when I upload new videos. Thanks, guys.